Breaking news: Nigeria confirms plans to sell government properties to fund 2021 budget. So if you sell the government properties for 2021 budget, what will happen in 2022? They will start selling human being, families, abi? It will start by selling from state to state. God will deliver us. So greed, is what is eating Nigeria deeply. With all that we have, we are still selling. Very soon, for you to use the airport, you'll be asked to pay a very ridiculous price. Why? It's no longer free. Those who bought it have to make returns on their investment. They need to get their money back and make returns. Nigerians, leave us a comment. Don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. Apart from his plans to engage in domestic and foreign borrowing to fund the 2021 budget, the federal government has confirmed that it will also sell some government owned properties for the purpose. The government also said it will sell some non-oil assets to serve as additional source to fund the year's budget. This is contained in a Tuesday presentation made in Abuja by the Finance Minister Zainab Ahmed to stakeholders about the signed 2021 budget. Obtained a copy of the presentation, the presentation titled Public Presentation of 2021 FGN Approved Budget. Breakdown and highlights were dated January the 12th. President Muhammadu Buhari had on December 31st, 2020, signed the 13.58 trillion budget for the 2021 fiscal year, about 505 billion higher than the budget proposed in October 2020. In the approved budget, about 496.5 billion was approved for stationery transfer and 3.3 trillion was approved for debt service. The recurrent expenditure was put at 5.6 trillion, with capital expenditure at 4.1 trillion and fiscal deficit at 5.2 trillion naira. Already, many have condemned the federal government's consistent resolve to borrowing to fund budget annually. For this year, the government is set to borrow 5.6 trillion from domestic and foreign resource, the amount being the total deficit for the 2021 budget. They represent 3.93% of GDP. My people, what is happening? Nigeria is just moving straight into the dish. Only God can rescue us. This paper has reported how the deficit will be financed. According to the Minister of Finance, both the President and Ms. Zainab has said Nigeria will borrow money from the World Bank and Islamic Development Bank and countries like Brazil to fund the budget. According to the document, another means by which the government intends to fund the budget is by selling, consigning government-owned property and non-oil assets. Sales of government properties and non-oil asset sales were listed under the additional financial section of the document. This section showed an overview of how the deficit will be funded. Although the document did not state the companies that have been put up for the sale, neither did it state the expected revenue from the sale. This confirms earlier speculation of the government's plan to sell off some properties. In November 2020, the Senate Committee on Privatization said it was not aware of the government's plan to sell of any government property. Lies, lies. That is how they lie. They lie, eh? They are a bunch of liars, made up of lies. They lie like there's no tomorrow. They lie conveniently and at your face. They lie and behave as if nothing is happening. They know, but they just keep on lying. Let's continue. It was that, let's take it from here. In November 2020, the Senate Committee on Privatization said it was not aware of the government plan to sell any government property. some national properties through the Bureau of Public Enterprise (BPE). This was during the agency 2021 budget defense section. Document presented to the committee shows plans by the federal government to sell the integrated power plants in Garo, Motoshan, and Calabar at 4.4 at 434 billion in 2021. Can you imagine? Also in the documents were plans to concession of the National Art Theatre, Tafa Balewa Square, and all the river basins development authorities at 8.36 million, while the National Stadium in Lagos, the Motion Abiola Stadium, Abuja, and two others were pegged at section of 100 million. The chairman of the committee, Theophilus Ojo, had said that the panel was not aware of the planned transaction. He also complained that the Director General of BPE, Alex Oka, refused to carry members of the panel along as he has been planning this secretly with the president and the finance minister. However, when contracted the clerk to the panel, Sadiq Abdul, told Prime Times on Wednesday that the matter had been resolved. She said Mr. Oka appealed again before the panel to submit the necessary documents containing the list of the national properties that have been put up for sale, as well as their prices. She also said that both the committee, the BPE, and the federal government are now all on the same page, have agreed to sell off the nation's treasury. Besides selling off national assets, and federal government also intend to finance the year budget through borrowing from special accounts. Although no amount was stated for this purpose, many believe it was the government's plan to borrow money from dominant accounts as announced earlier. Mrs. Hamed had disclosed that the government is targeting about 8.50 billion from unclaimed divines and bank deposits that are yet to be claimed by members of the public. The government will also finance the budget through proceedings from privatization of some public assets, which has been put for 205.1 billion. Other means of multiple bilateral project lending will be loan pegged at 709.68 billion, and new borrowing will be at 4.7 trillion, from which include borrowing of domestic sources at 2.34 trillion and from foreign sources 2.34 trillion. The government also hoped to finance the budget from its share of oil revenue 2.1 trillion. NLNG divided 208 billion, mineral and mining borrowing and non-oil 1.48 trillion, others as well. So this is your country. Very soon, maybe you'll be up for sale next. I'm just being sarcastic. God bless you. Please leave us a comment. Have a lovely day. Bye for now.